Hey, it's Chase from On the Table Gaming, and today we're taking a look at the update found in the 2021 version of the rulebook for CMon Games, A Song of Ice and Fire, the miniatures game. While there are several minor clarifications throughout the living document, the major changes to be aware of are the tactics card hand limit, update to disorderly charge and panic tests, changes to the terrain keywords, updates to attack abilities and keywords, the official inclusion of the beta game modes now as full game modes, as well as updates to the objective deck and mission card. In this video, we'll highlight these changes for you so that you can more easily get your miniatures on the table. Under the 2021 update, players continue to draw until their hand contains 3 tactics cards, but now each player is limited to a maximum of 5 tactics cards in their hand at any time. If they should draw cards that put them above their maximum hand size, they must immediately discard down to their maximum hand size of 5. Disorderly charges now apply for the remainder of the player's turn, now preventing the use of tactics cards that trigger after a unit has taken an action. Panic tests have seen further refinement, and the results of failing a panic test have been modified from D3 plus 1 wounds to a flat D3 wound. Terrain keywords have also been reworked. Rather than provide a penalty to hit, the cover keyword now prevents an opponent from tracing line of sight through terrain pieces by units not inside the terrain. The dangerous keyword remains as deadly as ever, dealing D3 plus 1 wounds to units that perform an action while in this terrain piece, taking the wounds before resolving their action. Units moving into this terrain piece suffer D3 plus 1 wounds, only suffering damage once during a charge. The destructible and elevated keywords remain unchanged, while attackers that move through or ended on a piece of terrain with a fortified keyword during a charge see the defender gain +1 to their defense dice rolls versus the attack. It no longer removes charge bonuses from the attacker. Hindering no longer forces you to roll 2 dice while charging. Instead, units moving through or ending on a hindering terrain piece do not gain their charge bonus. Horrific remains unchanged alongside Impassable, Inspiring, and the rough terrain keywords. The following attack abilities have changed. Critical Blow now grants +1 to hit for each attack die roll of a 6, while the Precision keyword now reads, for each attack die roll of a 6, the defender does not roll the defense die and instead suffers 1 wound. Sundering and Vicious remain unchanged. Game modes have also been updated, with the majority of changes coming from the newly revamped objective and mission decks. The A Clash of Kings game mode now sees the removal of respawning units, a mechanic now reserved for your commander unit, making the scenario quite literally focused on a clash of potential kings. Honed and Ready, as well as Here We Stand, join the roster as official game modes, while A Dance with Dragons and Feast for Crows saw minor changes to allow for unit ranks to factor in to impacting units dropping objectives. The remaining scenarios are impacted by the changes to the objective deck and the mission cards. For example, Fire and Blood replaces the marked unit buff with objective deck buffs. The game mode, objective deck, and mission cards, which will be updated in all future starter set printings and available with the Greyjoy faction starter upon release, have been reworked, and you will see scenarios such as Dark Wings, Dark Words that call for certain mission cards or objective card numbers to be included or removed. We hope you found this quick overview of the major changes to A Song of Ice and Fire the miniatures game found in the 2021 rulebook useful. Let us know in the comments below which change you feel is most impactful, and in the meantime, we hope you get your miniatures on the table.